Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Eastar Tarot, and today we're going to be doing another collective and timeless reading to see what our ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels would like to deliver to us as a message today. And with us we have our owl totem. Trying to get in the light there. There we go. You see his little face to be with us in this reading. And we also have Serpentine. So serpentine, we think of, a snake, right? Like a serpent. And that relates to the Kundalini energy. So it's a stone that helps us with opening new pathways in our Kundalini, allowing it to rise and retrieve wisdom and memories from our past lives. So that may be something that's important to you now, or that you need to strengthen in your life. Let's get into the reading. We're going to use our Lunan Lapin deck. Let's see, what does this collective need to hear from their ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels? We've got Luna Lapin. Right, name of the deck right there. This card definitely wants to come out. What else we got here? Okay, so we're gonna just see what we got here. We got Temperance, Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, in reverse, Six of Wands. Okay. Six of Pentacles on the bottom there. So I'm seeing for you that you're really learning to integrate your spiritual energy into your daily life. And this is something that you've been getting help with. You've been learning to practice this with your guides and your, spiritual assistants basically in your life, and maybe even people in real life that kind of act as spiritual assistants. Maybe you've been getting some help from, a practitioner or a mentor of some kind. Even just friends that kind of act like, sacred guides in our life. That's something that's coming in for you. It's like you've got literal angels in your life looking out for you in the form of people. Yeah. But there's something here with the Two of Swords and the Six of Wands reverse. What's that about? What's the Two of Swords and Six of Wands about? There's something going on there. Two of Wands. Yeah, so there's something like you're not seeing that there's going to be a whole new reality for you. Maybe you're actually you're kind of resisting stepping into your role here, I think is what's happening. Because there is this leadership role coming in for you now. And maybe that's something to do with what you're learning right now with your guides. And that's something you're distracting yourself from, or you're trying to keep yourself a little bit mentally distanced from. Yeah, because it's like you've had your time in the moon. You've learned who you are. You've figured out yourself. You've figured out your energy and how to connect with something beyond yourself, and you're integrating that into your life. But it's like you're not seeing the whole big picture where that's going to go for you. You're not seeing that you're going to become this, important figure. You're not seeing, like, it's like you're looking to the mountains when you're supposed to head to the ocean. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but it might for somebody. Yeah, and the world here, it's like, I think you're kind of you're seeing yourself as small. You're seeing yourself not, it's like go bigger, think bigger than what you are imagining for yourself with what you're going to do. Because there's something here where your new beginning is just beginning. Like it's like you haven't even begun the journey yet. Or you haven't even seen, it's like you're walking up a hill and you think the end of the journey is the hill, the top of the hill, but at the top of the hill you're going to see the whole path. And it's much, much longer, but it's actually, this beautiful field. It's this wonderful journey that you're going to go on. Yeah, it's like you're seeing you're having a short-sighted vision right now, but it's not a bad thing. It might even be for your benefit. Maybe because you would be intimidated if you saw the whole wave right now. Hmm. There might even be a lack of recognition right now. This might be something that you're doing that's not seen, like not overtly seen by others. Yeah, this is a lot of internal work that even you are not recognizing within yourself that you've done that's been kind of monumental. It might be that it's something that's more visible in the spiritual realms. It's like your guides can really see a huge difference, a huge transformation, but it's not something that's easily visible to others. And they kind of want you to see that, acknowledge that, because you're going to be seen by the world. Yeah, it's like something you have done that is, not secretive, yeah, in a way, because you're kind of, you're keeping it to yourself. It's something that you've kept to yourself for a long time, but actually, it's going to be seen because under this Two of Swords, we have the Two of Wands, and it's quite the opposite energy. The energy is like big, open, the whole world is there. So it's like something you've kept closed in your heart is going to be open up to the world. Maybe just telling your story is going to be a part of that. Maybe that's what this Ace of Cups is about, like the opening of your heart, the opening of your honesty, and telling the honest and true story of your journey. I just heard a honk of confirmation there. So, yeah, something about that. Something that's gone unrecognized, unacknowledged for a long time for you is going to get that recognition by the world. Yeah, new chapters beginning for you. Big, big changes. And you're not alone in this. You are getting help. Even if it's not, even if you're all alone or it seems like you're on this journey alone, your guides are with you on this. Like you've got some backup in the spirit world. But maybe even in the physical world as well that you're not seeing right now. Maybe you're not seeing your work or that there is a lot moving in your favor right now. Maybe because you seek recognition in this way. Like you look for outer recognition, but sometimes the greatest work is done in the shadows. I don't remember what this is from, but I've heard this quote before that sometimes Shiras have to work in the shadows. And I love that quote so much. I don't know if She-Ra means anything to you, maybe it does, but like, yeah, sometimes, the biggest transformations are done in the dark, in the shadows, under the moonlight. Yeah, maybe that's why Luna Lapin is here. Because he did all this like under the cover of darkness in the moonlight, like not out in the daytime. Yeah, you got the moon here too. But the integration aspect, you're coming out into the daylight, you're coming out into the world. You're going to be seen, and that's what the big revelation, the big transformation is going to be. Because maybe you have this tendency to be secretive, like to hide your wounds, hide your journey, hide your even your good things, even your progress, like it's just a habit of yours, but it's going to be broken, and you're going to see that you're going to be received in the best way possible. Go for it. You can't get a better confirmation than that. Go for it. Tell your story. Be truthful. Be honest about who you are. That's a big part of this. Don't feel like if you don't get a certain kind of recognition that it's not worth it or that it's not what you're meant to do. You are meant to do this. I think the recognition is going to come in unexpected ways, or it's like one of those things where you're doing more than you think you are. Yeah. Law of attraction, yeah. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. So invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. Yeah. So it's all about what you attract, right? Your thoughts, your vibrations, what your feelings are. That's what you attract in. Maybe that's what you're realizing. It's that you let go of that energy of unacknowledgement, I guess is what I would call it, of being hidden, staying hidden. That's what's changing for you now. You're attracting in this new destiny because this energy is shifting. This energy of wanting to hide is shifting for you. You're getting ready to go for it. You're getting ready to go despite whatever let me back up here. You're learning to go for it even without the recognition or even without someone there to tell you this is the right decision. Does that make sense? So like maybe you've always, needed outer validation for making choices, but you're making choices now that are for you and that you feel are right, despite what anybody says or despite whether someone's cheering you on or not, or even if people are maybe booing you or making you feel like you can't do something. You're deciding to go for it anyway. Yeah. And I think the universe is kind of giving you a sign here that they don't know anything. Because you're gonna have such a grand destiny that no one could foresee that. They're not going to be able to predict that for you. Only you can know that. Emotions are the reflection. Look for the deeper meaning. Very interesting. Emotions are the reflection. This might go along with law of attraction here. Let's get one more card here first. Just get a little more clarity. Yeah, the emotions you're feeling end up being projections out into the universe. We have law of attraction here. Practice freedom, release the weight of judgment. Yeah, definitely confirmation there. So I think what's the story here is that you've let others, tell you what to feel about your actions and how you move about the world. There's been a lot about having your actions all based around what other people say or feel about it and not about what you feel. And you're learning the weight of that is being released from you now. You're learning to let that go and to follow your heart. Not to let those things weigh you down, because you realize that those beliefs end up becoming the energy that you vibrate at. And it literally, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If we believe what others tell us about what can and cannot be, that is what can and cannot be, because we are allowing it to dictate our future, dictate what we are manifesting. But when we release ourselves from that and we realize it doesn't matter what others say, it matters what we say. We're the ones in charge. We're the ones in the driver's seat of our lives. And other people are not, like they're, they can influence and they can give us advice, but at the end of the day, they're not the driver. So, it's up to you. It's up to you what you want your destiny to be, what you want for your future, but also what you can see in your future, because others can't see what you see, right? It's not up to them and it's not for them to see. Yeah, seeing. You were blinded before. You were letting others blindfold you to your own greatness, your own capacity, your own potential even. Yeah, because this new energy, this Ace of Cups, Two of Wands energy, it's like a setting out energy. It's like, I am new, I am reborn. It's like, it's almost like the buddy's being baptized here. He's getting new emotions, new feelings, new understandings. Being rebirthed. Yeah, getting a second chance at a different kind of life. This is like part 2. This is part 2 where things go differently for you, if that makes sense. Maybe you're middle-aged, or you feel like you're middle-aged, like you feel like you're at the halfway point of your life in some way, or a chapter has just ended for you. Something like that. You're stepping into something new. Yeah, stepping in. The Temperance here is stepping in the water, and the bunny's in the water here. You're dipping your toes into this new life, and you're getting the guidance to do that, and you're following that intuition. And it's going to give you a new sense of freedom. Have faith in your dreams. Exactly. Have faith in your dreams. That is freedom. Yeah. There, law of attraction. Exactly, because if we have faith in our dreams, they can become a reality. We can attract in that future. Let's just slide everybody this way. Yeah. You can ride in on a new future. I'm seeing a real contrast here because there's two horses being rode here, right? There's the Six of Wands horse, and then there's the unicorn. Both white horses. But it's like this one's dressed up. This one's got the laurel, you know. But this one's more hidden, mysterious. It's in the woods. It's not, you know, it's something only certain people can see, right? The unicorn can only be seen by certain people. So maybe part of what you do is sort of like hidden magic, right? Maybe your own healing is like that, like hidden magic. It's not for everybody to see. Or it's something that's been done in the shadows, at least for the time being, because you needed only the right people to see it. Any other cards here? Okay, we're done with that. That's why they weren't popping out. We're going to do some seed and sickle cards. Let's see what other messages we need to hear. Okay. First, chamomile. Okay. I might just take a look at that, actually. The chamomile, when it's reversed, it's in the dusk. That's been a theme, being in the shadows, being in the dusk and the darkness, isn't it? I know. Yeah, everything feels harder than usual lately. You've come to this point because you pushed yourself too far and too hard, and you're literally running on empty. If you keep going the way you have been, you're going to burn out entirely. Exercise some kindness towards yourself while you still can. Don't be afraid to take time for yourself. Channel chamomile's soothing, restorative properties by making a cup of tea, taking a nap, and finding a new sense of balance and harmony to replace your energy. Yeah, so you might have been putting a lot of weight on yourself with this. Putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Trying to see yourself. Like maybe that's what you're letting go of, is that pressure to achieve, to have something to show for yourself, to show for your efforts. It's like you don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore. Yeah, I think that's, or if you are still in that kind of energy, when you release that energy of needing to prove something to someone or needing to, you know, receive someone's praise or their encouragement, and just letting that energy go. It's like, you know, sometimes we can hang on to someone's approval for so long that it just really paralyzes us. Just let that go. Let that energy release itself. And you'll find that you just feel so much better. You can fly high like this eagle. Or maybe it's a hawk. But it's, you know, he feels free. He's not inhibited. He's able to just float there. So that's something you might need in your life right now, is that release away. Actually, both have birds in them. So birds might be an important sign for you right now. Yeah. There's this energy of release. And we have birds in the Ace of Cups as well. There's those two birds there too. There's definitely something about that, about releasing the energy so that you can take flight. Yeah, something might be weighing you down. Okay. It's weighing them down. I'm feeling called back to the Moonology deck, so we're going to get one more. What's been weighing them down? How are they being weighed down, I should say. Is this one? Okay. I had this weird feeling it was going to be about being good enough. That it came out. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. It's that feeling of being good enough. Literally, it's that's what the need for approval is about, is always seeking to have someone tell you that in some form or another, feeling like you are worthy. Because there might have been someone in the past that made you feel unworthy. You know, often it's our, parents, even siblings, often family, but it can be society, it can be certain friends, certain, bad or traumatic memories can, instill a feeling in us that we're not good enough, right? That we always have to do more, that we always have to prove our worth. And people who struggle to rest, I find, are very much struggling with that energy. Because the reason they rush around, they always have to do something, is because they always feel like they have to earn rest, or they have to earn being happy in some way. So it's like they can't just rest, they have to do something first, or make themselves so tired that then they've earned the rest. It's like, you can rest anyway. You're allowed to rest. And that might be something someone here needs to do. Maybe you need to sleep more. Actually, there was something about that. Chamomile, yeah. So maybe you're not letting yourself rest for real. Like, you're not letting yourself take a break, take a moment to yourself. Maybe that's what's stalling you too. Maybe that's what's preventing this energy from moving forward, is because you're not giving yourself the rest and the time to let it manifest. And maybe also you're hesitating because you think that you're not worthy. Like, you don't think the work that you're doing is good enough, but it is. It's more than worthy. Yeah, the emotions are the reflection. So what do your feelings of unworthiness reflect to you? About your childhood, about how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself? What are they influencing now? If you tell yourself things like, I'm not worthy, then that's the energy you're putting out into the universe, right? Law of attraction. This is the wisdom. This is the owl wisdom. This could even be because we have serpentine here. I find often the ones that want to come into the reading have a reason. And this one's about past lives, connecting with past lives through our Kundalini energy. And I just wonder, maybe there was something even in a past life that's still hanging on, like an old energy is still hanging on to you, that made you feel like you're never good enough, or like you always have to try and be better, like you always have to try harder. And maybe that's what this energy in this life is about. It's about seeing that you were always worthy. You never had to prove that you were worthy. You just had to step into your energy and be satisfied with it. And recognize that it was always perfect. You were always perfect. We always get people in our lives that like to tell us what is and is not, right? Because they have programs running in their minds too, right? It's their own beliefs that are projected, right? Emotions are the reflection, and it's not to, excuse any behaviors, but, it's where it comes from. It's why these behaviors pass down in families. They just keep going unbroken. You might be a cycle breaker. That might be, the big thing that's happening that, doesn't get the applause or the, the awards, but it's on the spiritual side of things. It's, it's very worthy of applause, let's say. It's something that you know, at the end of the day, we all pass on and we go to the spirit realm, and then it's like, do the awards and the achievements in this life really matter as much when we go there, or is it the things we do on the spiritual side of things that we act upon through our lives that really matter at the end of the day? Right? Life ending is the final review, right? It's where we get to look back on our lives and be like, well, what did I do? What did I achieve? And maybe what you're achieving is something much grander than, you know, an award or attention or fame, money. Maybe it's something that's even more powerful than that. That no one can put even a label on. Or put a value on, I should say. It's invaluable. It's, you know, a grand healing. It's a family healing. It's a root healing. It's a generational healing. Maybe you're from a long line of lives where you didn't have faith in your dreams, where you didn't go for it, or you didn't, or not that you didn't go for it, but that you couldn't go for it, or that you just, things didn't line up that you could achieve your dreams. But now things are going to move in that direction for you because you have the right ingredients in this life to do that. You're like, the circumstances are aligned that you can, and your guides are encouraging you to go for it, to try, to not be afraid of failure this time. Don't let something as simple as, you know, someone's judgy opinion stop you. You should just go for it anyway. Because what do you got to lose, right? At the end of the day, if you died tomorrow, what would you look back on your life and feel regret or happiness about, right? Are you satisfied with that? What do you want to change? Right? Thinking of that movie I just recently watched, Soul. Maybe someone should watch that here. The Pixar movie Soul. It's great. It's way better than I was expecting. I just kind of watched it, you know, randomly, but I don't think it was a coincidence, honestly. But there's a message about that. You know, what would you do if you were going to die tomorrow, or, you know, if you got a second chance, what would you do? Right? And this is your second chance. So, yeah. All right, that's what I have for you today, because I'm not hearing any more. So we're going to leave it there. I hope this reading was really helpful for you. I think it is great encouragement from your guides, and I think you should totally listen to them. They've got good advice for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Keep leaving likes and comments and subscribes. I really appreciate them, and I love hearing how stories resonate with people, or your stories resonate with the readings. And yeah, I really appreciate your support. So thanks again. All right, take care.